landed on Iwo Jima. That was an incredible battle. 1965, Cherry Coke introduced by the Coca-Cola Company. I love Cherry
65?
Coke. 1985.
Oh, 85. Okay.
1985. In 87, a controversial anti-smoking public service announcement was aired for the first time on TV. Yul Brynner filmed the ad shortly before he died of lung cancer. Brynner made it clear in the ad that he would have died from... He was going to die because of cigarette smoking. That's what he said in the ad, which, a lot of people were upset about. In music history, February 19th, in 1964, Simon and Garfunkel completed the original acoustic version of The Sounds of Silence. 1974, Dick Clark premiered the American Music Awards. 1981, George Harrison was ordered to pay the sum of $587,000 for subconscious plagiarism. Because of his song, My Sweet Lord, they said it was stolen from the Chiffons' He's So Fine. I remember that. Mm-hmm. And 1998, Lori Morgan, the country music star, issued a denial concerning an article that the President of the United States had a, quote, wild ride with her in the back seat of a limousine. You know which president that was?
That would have been Billy C.
I did not.
I did not
have sexual relations in the limousine with that woman.
That's right.
Several others, but not her.
She was not in on the party. All right, Ken Odie's our guest. The Carnaby Square question of the day. This is pretty interesting. Last Tuesday, this meeting covered by Ken Odie, the great provocateur, the Fairfield City Council approved $10,000 for a 4th of July fireworks display. Do you support that expense? And we're going to probably talk about that when we come back and give you the results on Morning Coffee.
Carnaby's moving out and moving in. Moving out, all winter clothing now 1/2 off of 1/2. Also, 1-packed rack of early spring 25 to 50% off. Carnaby's moving in, the season's next deliveries of multiples, Tribal, Charlie B, True Lux, and Jag, with lots more to come. Brighton Glamorous Heart Bracelet is free with a $50 purchase of beads, charms, or spacers. So the best way to embrace the old season or new season is to make a date to visit the girls at Carnaby Square. Check out their new Facebook post. You're going to like what you see.
At the end of a hospital stay, families are often faced with difficult decisions about their loved ones needing skilled rehabilitation care. Regardless of where your loved one's hospital is, the Transitional Care Rehab Program at Hamilton Memorial Hospital can help. Our skilled rehab and nursing care can provide twice daily physical and occupational therapies, daily access to providers, and private bed and bathrooms, all right here close to your family's home. If you're faced with care decisions, ask your loved one's care planner about Hamilton Memorial Hospital Transitional Care Rehabilitation or call 643-5824.
Stop at John's Butcher Block now through Saturday and save on items like whole chickens, just $1.89 a pound, or get smoking deals on fresh and extra lean ground beef for just $4.49 a pound, and get sizzling deals on boneless pork sirloin roast for just $1.99. Don't forget their deli has all white meat chicken salad is just $5.49 a pound. John's Butcher Block accepts cash, check, and all major credit cards and link card, located across from the Fairfield City Hall.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Halley's Comet came into view for its first visit since 1910? At the Academy Awards, 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, went to the envelope, please.
The winner is out of Africa.
In college basketball, Duke and Louisville battled for number 1.
Now it's a free throw for the national championship. Louisville will win it.
Hollywood lost James Cagney and Ray Milland. And all these songs were new on the radio.
Life is life. Tender love, tender love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go all the way. Addicted to love. This is what I need. I'll give you what I need. It's just another manic Monday. I need this love, darling. There's no easy way out. I can't wait.
Well, what do you think? The answer and a twist of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Isaac, you missed the winning dunk and cost your team the championship. What are your thoughts?
Well, I switched to Boost Mobile and got a super fast network and 4 free Samsung Galaxy A20 phones, so even when we lose, I still win.
It was an easy, fast break, and no one was near you.
You know what's fast? Boost Mobile's super fast network.
They're calling your shot the greatest miss in history.
Boost Mobile's prices are never a miss. I even get 4 lines for $25 per line per month.
Oh, look at that. The
March 1986.
Falco and Rock Me Amadeus, the top song of March 1986. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
The Wabash Valley Bridal Showcase will be on February 23rd at the Grand Banquet Hall and will be your one stop to help planning your fairy tale wedding. This event is free and will give you the opportunity to meet face to face with some of the area's top vendors in the bridal industry in just one day. Brides have a chance to win a honeymoon trip to Myrtle Beach from TOC Direct Media and will also have the opportunity to win prizes from our vendors.
Like artistic imagery, Bower House Catering and Pastries, The Studio, Essential Bodywear, and George Anslone of Edward Jones.
Our bridal style show begins at 2 p.m. with Beth Carter Exquisite Bridal and Formal Wear. You don't want to miss it. To receive more information about securing your booth for the Wabash Valley Bridal Showcase, please contact events@originalcompany.com or Jessica Hallman, 812-882-6060, extension 2241.
I'm Courtney Cox, and I respectfully ask you to vote for me in the Republican primary on March 17. I am running for circuit judge to fill the vacancy of Justice David Overstreet. I was proud to be your U.S. attorney, fighting for you against drug and immigration crimes, corrupt officials, terrorism, and crimes against children. Let me put my experience to work for you in all 12 counties of the 2nd Judicial Circuit. I'm ready to be your judge on day one.
Paid for by Courtney Cox for Judge Committee.
Back on Morning Coffee, Ken Odie here. And the question was, the Carnaby Square, question of the day, Carnaby Square, the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield. Last Tuesday, the Fairfield City Council approved $10,000 for a 4th of July fireworks display. Do you support the expense? And both of you guys got involved in this thing. Both of you had opinions on this, so maybe you should state them up front.
I did?
Yeah, well, your wife then did.
I didn't know that.
Well, your wife had an opinion.
Okay.
What's her opinion?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see it.
You know my opinion?
Yes.
No.
No.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Now, if we were going to have a day-long celebration where we get some nonprofits to make some money, entertainment, some music, food, things like that going on, I'm all over it. But to go out there, they don't even play the national anthem.
They don't play the national anthem?
Than last year.
Oh, that's not right.
And shoot off the fireworks and go home.
Is that a city or a chamber function?
It's
a city. The city hires the contractor.
Function, yeah.
Okay. But
my
it's
opinion,
a golden opportunity in my mind.
I agree. It needs to be more than just the fireworks display. I've seen fireworks displays where they have different organizations with 5-gallon buckets. Because, okay, out at Southwood Park, how many ways out of there are there?
Yeah.
Couple. You have guys with 5-gallon buckets, and if you don't want to donate, that's fine.
We
But
go
if you do,
over to West Salem to
extra money.
the winery.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
And they do. The firemen over there do a great job. Mm-hmm. I mean, they come around with a bucket.
I've been to Arthur before, to the fireworks up at Arthur, little bitty Arthur, about the size of
just around Champaign. Yeah. It's the Amish community,
just
isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of an Amish community, but they put on a fireworks display that is second to none. It's the best one I've ever seen. But you know, the year I went, a couple of years I went, they had flyovers. They had a B-1 stealth bomber flyover, for goodness sake. But at the end of the fireworks display, there are only a couple ways to get out. And at every exit, going to the parking lot, there are guys with 5-gallon buckets collecting money to put on for the fireworks next year. And they've got food, and they've got other activities going on. They sell VIP seating. They fence off an area close, and they sell VIP seating for like $10 a person.
I mean, used to on 4th of July, there were Legion ball games going on, softball. There's all kinds of things going on. But now, I don't know. I would support it if it were more community involved.
Now, I agree with the city donating $10,000. I have no problem with that.
I don't either. They have a fund for that. They budgeted.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I think it's a good idea.
Two things.
But I do think you need to add to it to make it bigger and better every year.
Yep.
Two things. Nate always comes up with an interesting comment. Didn't our town set a bunch of people on fire back in
I was one of them. That was me.
And he says, I love the 4th of July. It's my second favorite holiday next to Independence Day. Oh, by the way, you did look up during the break. Lee Marvin was a war hero, wasn't he?
Buried in Arlington. Right near the Tomb of the Unknown.
He was a Marine, right?
Yeah.
Son of a gun. Anyway, you don't know what you wrote, so I won't mention it. Here's a misstatement in one of the comments. I voted no because I don't believe the use of TIF funds should be used on fireworks.
Yeah, not
That's
TIF funds.
incorrect.
Yeah, the money was not TIF funds. It comes from a recreation.
Comes from a recreation fund. It was in their allocations. They had it in there for the budget. So.
Josh says, love the idea of coming together and celebrating, and I love fireworks just as much as the next guy, but our community isn't going well, and we can't waste such a large portion of money that could be used towards our power grid and so on. So, Josh, pretty profound. Ace says, yes, celebrate our nation, expand the celebration, all-day event, food, vendors, entertainment. I think he's pretty much what you guys are talking about.
I thought my idea was good. A Mike Dreeth dunking booth.
And I like that idea.
And I said I would do it only after the mayor got in there. Because
we get you two guys in there.
Now, with
we
Mike
could pay
Dreeth,
for fireworks for the next 5 years.
With Mike Dreeth, would there be tar and feathers involved?
Yeah. I know. We could have a flaming cauldron below him. He could wear his fireproof pants and bob up and down at that.
Well, that's not going to get my niblets because I got fireproof pants. Nobody's going to be able to hurt me. All I need is a fireproof shirt. Rick says it's not utilized enough to make it worthwhile. If you can't do something to make it beneficial to the community, then it's wasted money. So, I mean, he's kind of down on it. So there you go. I think we've decided what we need to do.
Yeah.
If we're going to do it. We're going to have the 10,000.
The fireworks are going to be on the 4th of July.
So that's going to happen.
Have we got any money in our WFIW kitty out there? It could be the WFIW Freedom Celebration.
The Freedom Fest.
WFIW Freedom Fest.
$10 gift certificates to Classic Pizza and Johnny's for everybody.
I have worked at radio stations before where we coordinated 4th of July music, including the national anthem, with the fireworks display.
There you go.
You would think there would be some local musical acts that would want to be a part of something like that, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of, you got AJP, Aunt Jane's Pickle, Brother Connard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jam Nut. You got Double Wide Debris.
Got the Chestnuts.
We got.
How about the Rainy Days?
Ooh.
Reunion.
I don't know if the finger's still.
I remembered what Jerry Heffley's band was over in Wayne City. It was the Hubs.
That's right.
The Hubs, all right.
So we could get all those people to come back.
Yeah.
Senior tour.
Bring Jimmy the Goat. I want to tell you about our friend Brian Reitenauer. Reitenauer Heating and Air Conditioning. That is the local authority, of course, in geothermal. They specialize in Hydron brand geothermal equipment that has a great warranty. They stand behind the equipment, and so does Brian Reitenauer. You can call Brian 24 hours a day. He'll be more than happy to come out and take care of your regular heating and air conditioning problems. Don't have to worry about air conditioning right now, but you might have a heating problem.
But you may be tomorrow.
Yeah.
You never know the way things are going. Folks over in Wayne City know him well. He graduated from Wayne City High School back in 1980. He works all over Wayne, Hamilton, and Clay counties. He's also working with his son. Dustin is a part of the business, and so it's a family operation, and they'd like to be able to work for you. I recommend them. I really do. If you have a furnace, it might only be 60% efficient. It's old. you need to be able to consider the payback of putting in a new heating or air conditioning unit by calling Brian Reitenauer. Tell him you heard it on Morning Coffee. The number 618-214-2593. Brian Reitenauer of Reitenauer HVAC. You know, there's a tour going on now of a hologram tour. I don't know that I'd pay to go see a hologram program, but right now Whitney Houston lives, and she's going on world tour. The tour is slated to start in the UK. That hologram will be joined in concert by a full band, dancers, and backup singers. Can you believe it?
The legend was going to go see Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
And it got canceled. I don't know what happened.
Really?
Of the hologram.
How do you cancel a hologram show?
I don't know. Something happened.
But this looks like it's a real band behind the hologram.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
I don't think I'd do that.
You don't think you'd go?
No.
I'm not sure that I would either.
I don't think I'd
I
pay
went
the
to
money.
a Brad Paisley concert one time.
Was it
and
real or is he a hologram?
He was real. And the duet he did with Alison Krauss.
Yeah.
Any idea what that's about?
They were at every toilet flushing the toilet at the same time, weren't they?
Yes. Globe Light Field. They wanted to make sure the plumbing was going to handle everybody flushing at the same time. Guess what? Passed the test.
All right.
That's a lot of water rushing through.
That is a lot of flushing.
Dixie Chicks teasing their first new single in more than a dozen years.
I don't care.
Yeah, don't care.
Boy, did they burn themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't
They
that?
burnt a lot of bridges.
But for the first time in a dozen years, they're coming out with a new music video. It's called Gaslighter. And they'll also
They
head
still
out
make
and tour.
videos? Who shows videos anymore?
MTV
I don't know.
does it.
It's country. Oh, it doesn't the country channel show? Country music channel. Speaking of country music, the former Nashville area home of the Queen of Country Music is for sale. Just over 4-bedroom, 2-bath. This is not an estate. This is an 1,800 square foot house. The first home of Loretta Lynn and her husband, Doolittle.
Old Do.
What a name for Doolittle.
Mean Do.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Doolittle is probably a pretty good name for him.
Watched a special last night. Remember String Bean that was on?
Oh, yeah.
He and his wife were murdered because he always carried around money, didn't believe in banks.
Yep.
And their house, a mere little cabin.
Really?
And these guys broke in and killed them both. And he had $3,000 in his front of his overalls, and she had $2,000 stuck down in her bra, and they never took it. All they got was a chainsaw and a couple other things. But anyway, about 10 to 12 years later, somebody was renting this cabin, and he's sitting there one night, and he's got a fire built in the fireplace, and sees this particles start coming down. That's where he hid the money.
Oh, my God. Did it burn
the
up?
Fireplace. Yeah, it was mice had eaten it. And but it's really an interesting.
That is interesting.
How much money do you think that
they said it was over $20,000.
Wow.
String bean. My grandfather loved string bean.
Yeah.
I didn't
Just
think
a
much
simple man that lived a simple life. It was really an interesting story.
They, we talk about Jimmy, the goat. This woman used a horse as a support. Another one of these stories about
support animal.
Yeah, 115-pound animal wore a teal hood so passengers wouldn't be affected if they were allergic to him. His name was Fred. His flight.
Fred.
He flew
First class.
Michigan to California and back again. They allowed it to happen. Boy, oh boy. Get a load of this.
What if you reclined? Excuse
me. Jimmy wouldn't like that, especially if he's on the lap.
Wilbur.
Fired flight attendant. We've got a lot of friends that are on the keto diet, don't we, Ken?
Yeah.
What is the keto diet?
It's like a caveman diet, isn't it?
It's paleo.
Okay, what's the keto diet?
I don't know.
Same thing.
Give
It's
up?
the same as paleo. You don't eat anything that isn't natural. You don't eat dairy.
You don't eat dairy?
No.
I don't think there's any.
Only
grains
what
in it,
God
too.
provided: meat, roughage, seeds.
That's what I need.
Fruit.
Roughage. I need lots of roughage. Yeah. Former flight attendant is fighting to get her job back after failing a breathalyzer test. He said, it's a he, it wasn't because of alcohol. Instead, the guy blames his keto diet. He blew a .05 after a 4-hour flight, which is under the legal limit of being intoxicated in Illinois. It's .08, isn't it, in Illinois? I wouldn't know that.
I think .08 is the legal limit in a lot of states.
Okay. He insists he was not drinking, unlike when he failed a previous test in 2013. He says he was drinking then. Doctors have said a keto diet can cause people to secrete a type of alcohol and may give false positives. He has hired an attorney to try to get his job back.
I think a blood test would.
Yeah, that would solve the problem.
Solve that real quick, yeah.
This is a really odd story.
As if the other ones were.
No, those were all mainstream compared to this.
Okay.
I'm going to just read this, and then you tell me what you think. A former University of Florida professor says jars of human tongues found under his old house were research specimens.
Cat got your tongue? Nope, the guy next door does.
Robert Ballman told local media that the 6 jars of tongues found under his old Gainesville home recently were part of his research into thyroid problems.
Were they human tongues?
Yes.
Okay.
He worked at the school's College of Dentistry from 1971 to 2002 and collected the specimens from Virginia, Illinois, and Indiana before working at UF, University of Florida. He says the tongues were put in the crawl space for preservation and then forgotten. Police say their investigation, which started after a specimen of the home's foundation, didn't turn up anything criminal. An examination of why would you take somebody's tongue? What possible reason? And how could it's got to be cadavers, doesn't it?
Well, I would think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Oh, I lost my tongue. That'd be rough on a broadcaster. Isn't that weird?
That is pretty bizarre.
Yeah. Huey Lewis says
there are some really weird people. Does he have a comment on that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't.
So we moved on.
He doesn't have a tongue.
Okay.
Ain't that a lick?
Huey could give us a couple of licks on a guitar.
Oh, Huey. Glad to see him back.
Well, I know, but not for long. It's not going to happen for long. He says his new album may be his last. Last week, Huey Lewis and the News released their first album. I'm going to have to go online and listen to that. I like Huey Lewis.
Me too.
I saw him down in Paducah. He did the entire sports album. It was like the 25-year anniversary. And that was his big one. That was the one where all the songs came from Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. Really good stuff. Hard rock and roll, things like that. Anyway, he says on Tuesday he told a radio interviewer that it might be his last album and that he might never tour again because of his hearing loss. He's got a form of tinnitus or something that makes it impossible for him. And if you have headphones on all the time like you and I do, and you and I both like to have enough volume on our headphones, we're probably creating a hearing problem for ourselves.
You don't find a lot of old DJs that hear real good.
Huh?
You don't.
I didn't hear you.
You just don't. Because, everybody's got the headphones turned up.
Yeah. Well, the same thing for Huey Lewis. If you're standing in front of, 5 or 6 mega amps,
yeah,
that are cranked up, and you notice these guys have, earplugs in their ears, which I've never understood. Is that so that you can control the noise, or is it because you need more volume in your ears?
I think it's to hear the music a lot of times.
Well, you're standing in front of huge speakers.
Yeah, but it's a little different.
Brian Johnson, the lead singer of AC/DC, had to quit because of hearing loss. He was going to go deaf, and they did surgery on him, and they've got implants or something in that will
keep him
soften the blow. Because they're obviously very loud.
But is he coming back?
Yeah, they're going to come back.
Son of a gun. Cool. Anyway, Huey told the interviewer this might be his last album and that he might never tour again because of the hearing loss. He said there's a silver lining, though, because now he's able to focus more on his band's new musical. There's going to be a new musical come out.
The Huey Lewis and the News musical.
The Heart of Rock and Roll, which is coming to Broadway next season. Well, that will be, we loved the one about the Four Seasons.
Jersey Boys?
Mm-hmm. Valley.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Frankie.
Frankie Valley. Frankie. We love that. We saw it in Miami.
The language was rough, but appropriate for the time and the era.
That is an incredible story. How he got unbelievably in debt and worked for years to get out from under it. Just a great, and the music's wonderful, and so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think I'd go to see the Huey Lewis musical, don't you?
Yep, I would.
All right, so you got questions for us?
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Before we get to trivia, been watching the Washington miniseries on the History Channel.
Isn't that good?
Are you watching
incredible.
it too?
Yeah,
I've missed it. We've been watching Longmire.
Yeah.
That's some good television.
You gotta watch it.
You turned us on. You turned us on to Longmire.
Oh, that's a great show.
And it's 6 seasons. By the way, the electricity just got knocked out in Sisney. Okay. There's no power in Sisney, so use your batteries to listen to us, okay?
Okay.
But you guys turned on to Longmire. Have you ever seen Longmire?
Yes.
6 seasons. We're already in season 2. We're just binging the heck out of it.
And by the way, on the Curse of Oak Island last night, they found a piece of metal.
What?
Curse of Oak Island.
Really?
They found a piece of metal last night.
They actually found something?
Yeah.
And they brought it up?
Yeah.
And
pretty exciting.
And what does it reveal?
That there's a piece of metal down
That's next week. It's probably a pop tab
I wouldn't
or
waste
something.
my time.
Yeah.
Oh,
my God.
I'd rather watch the pimple pop.
I used to watch that. Well, now, that's two separate things. How about the Toe Bro?
He's not on anymore, I don't think.
I think that's a little bit too much for people.
That was a little...
All I do is struggle.
Now there's one, My Feet Are Killing Me.
I've heard about that one. I've not seen it.
I struggle to just stay away from HGTV. That's the thing.
It's not on
what
HG. It's on A&E, isn't it?
How about the hip hop stars?
I don't watch that.
No.
I don't either. I just see the
Masked
commercials.
Singer. How about that one?
I watched that one.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry. Me neither.
I know.
All right. So,
we watched
did
that.
we ever discuss the national anthem at the NBA All-Star Game?
I watched it. I watched
You
it.
need to look at that. It was
I'm not
Shaka
a
Khan.
huge
Yeah.
NBA fan, but...
I wasn't as offended as others. Were you offended?
It was bad, but just sing the song.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like
But,
the traditional version.
it wasn't
I'm
as
just
bad
saying,
as
I
the
went and saw it.
song.
I heard the uproar. I went and saw it, and I came away going, I'm not so certain I'd be all that upset.
I mean, she
about
was
it.
into it, unlike Carl Lewis, who kind of kind of into a joke. But yeah, it was,
speaking of the NBA,
Roseanne Barr. That was disgusting.
bad.
Yes.
That
Okay.
was.
Go ahead.
have you seen this? LeBron has come out, has chimed in on the sign stealing scandal in Major League Baseball.
What did LeBron have to say about that?
Well, let me see here. He sent a message to Rob Manfred on Twitter saying
commissioner.
saying he should listen to how hurt the players are about the perceived light punishment. He also expressed how angry he'd be if someone cheated him out of a chance in an NBA title. So basically he's saying, you know what, take the title away from him.
Well, my friend Bill Plaschke, who is the columnist for the L.A. Times, says you need to take that pennant away.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, so
All right.
we're getting...
we're going to go a little serious. We're going to do the Vietnam trivia.
Yes, serious.
All right.
It was affected all of us, I think.
It did.
All right, question 1. Before the United States decided to increase its involvement in the Vietnam War, what was the primary nation opposing the activities of Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam?
Got it.
I think so.
Number 2, who was the first American soldier to die in Vietnam?
Oof.
Ooh, that's tough.
Number 3, on August the 2nd, 1964, 3 North Vietnamese gunboats allegedly fired torpedoes at the USS Maddox, an American destroyer in international waters. This confrontation became known as what?
Oh, I think I know that.
Number 4, what was the name of the U.S. bombing campaign designed to stop the flow of men and supplies down the Ho Chi Minh Trail?
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
I might have it.
Number 5, which of the following herbicides, defoliants, was used by the U.S. military during the Vietnam War? Agent Blue, Agent Green, Agent Orange, or all of the above? Number 6. What major attack by the North Vietnamese, launched on January 30th, 1968, was planned to coincide with the Lunar New Year festival?
I know that one.
Number 7. What South Vietnamese leader was assassinated by his own generals in 1963? Number 8. What is the name of the now infamous massacre of hundreds of Vietnamese civilians, allegedly by U.S. soldiers, which took place on March 16, 1968? How many Americans... Number 9. How many Americans are listed as killed or missing in action during Vietnam?
I think I know that one.
I got a pretty good idea.
Number 10. How many Vietnamese, this is North and South, were killed or listed as missing in action during the Vietnam War?
I have an idea on that one.
Boy, those are good questions.
Yeah, they are.
So we will come back and remember Vietnam, which is something I've tried to forget for quite some time, but we'll remember it on Morning Coffee with Ken Odie when we come back after this.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Gonzalez with People's National Bank. People's National Bank has partnered with Zelle. Zelle is an easy way to send and receive money with family, friends, and others you trust. You can use Zelle today right from your PNB To Go mobile banking app. Money moves directly between bank accounts fast. Stop by People's National Bank today to learn more about Zelle. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
TT Nails and Tans, located at 308 East Main Street in Fairfield, offering a modern, clean, relaxing facility for your next girl's day out. Let TT create a look that is right for you with a full nail set, manicure, polish change, or pedicure. Get some sun rays without the heat with TT's lay-down or stand-up tanning beds. Versa Pro spray tanning is also an option. Call 842-9898 for an appointment. TT Nails and Tans, 308 East Main Street, Fairfield.
Everything you care about is in your home, things that you just can't afford to lose. Let us help you protect what matters most. West Bend's Home and Highway policy provides you with one policy, one bill, one deductible, and one agent while protecting your home, car, truck, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and more. All with no hassle and a portion of your annual premium back in cash if you don't have a claim. To find out more, contact CSI Insurance in Fairfield at 618-842-2193.
An average yield increase of 27 bushels per acre. That's rare in corn. So is 8 more bushels in soybeans. Yeah, if you want gains that big in your fields, you need a stronger fungicide. One that works overtime, when the rest punch out. Triva Pro Fungicide. Ask for it at your local Syngenta retailer. Always read and follow label instructions.
The position of circuit judge is for an attorney experienced in all areas of the law. My name is Matthew Hartrick, and I am that attorney. I have experience handling complex civil litigation involving multi-million-dollar disputes between companies. I've also been a public defender and am currently a state's attorney since being elected in 2012. While in law school at the University of Illinois, I worked for a federal judge and wrote proposed orders and recommendations for that judge. If you want someone with real hands-on legal experience for the job, then vote for Matthew Hartrick.
This ad placed and paid for by Matthew Hartrick for judge.
This is what most people's heart rate sounds like when they're getting their taxes done. And this is what it sounds like when you file at H&R Block. Because they've got upfront transparent pricing, so you'll know the price before you begin. And that is my stomach demanding tacos. Upfront transparent pricing. Just another way it's better with Block.
Call H&R Block today at 842-9332 or stop by at 1411 West Main in Fairfield.
Are you interested in a full-time job and want to make good money with benefits? Champion Laboratories in Albion is hiring to fill General Assembly, Ford Truck, and Tool and Die positions. Champion offers good pay with benefits. Come to Champion where you can find a great job with an opportunity to personally grow and advance. If you are interested in assembly, Ford Truck, Tool and Die, or other skilled opportunities at Champion, stop by their Albion facility or apply online at champlabs.com. Champion Labs in Albion is an equal opportunity employer.
Fairfield area weather forecast, partly cloudy today, high 45. Cloudy tonight, low 28. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 35. Sunny and 38 on Thursday, and for Friday, sunshine, high 48. Overnight low 27. Yesterday's high was 52. Currently, humidity at 81%. Winds out of the north at 6 miles an hour, and the pressure at 30.57. Sunshine and 30 right now at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looks good as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the area in terms of precipitation this morning.
Oh, yeah. Boy, we're talking about guitar riffs, and that's a good one there.
That is a good one.
You know, like I was telling you to break, we go off on tangents, and we could be here for 2 hours with just. I could do 15 minutes just on guitar riffs.
Yeah,
and the great ones. Anyway, so
Right.
let's not waste the time that we have. Ken's
All right.
got some good questions.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
bring 'em on, Ken.
Okay, number one. Before the United States decided to increase its involvement in Vietnam, what was the primary nation opposing the activities of Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam?
Well, they surrendered.
The French.
The French.
Correct.
Yes.
Number two. Who was the first American soldier to die in Vietnam?
No idea.
I don't either.
Lieutenant Colonel A. Peter Dewey. And forgive me, I don't have.
He was probably an advisor.
Yeah,
to
I'm
the South
assuming he
Vietnamese, I'm
was.
guessing.
Number
That was
three.
back in the Kennedy administration, isn't it? Or
well,
Eisenhower?
Yeah,
Probably.
It would've been early part of the Kennedy administration.
On August
Or
the 2nd,
later part, I'm sorry.
1964, 3 North Vietnamese gunboats allegedly fired torpedoes at the USS Maddox, an American destroyer in international waters. This confrontation became known as what?
Is it the Tonkin incident?
Gulf of Tonkin incident,
You know,
correct.
there were people that alleged that was a setup by LBJ. I mean, to increase the amount of, folks we were throwing at the conflict.
Yeah.
Number 4, what was the name of the U.S. bombing campaign designed to stop the flow of men and supplies down the Ho Chi Minh Trail?
Oh, it just popped in my head.
The Tet offensive?
Operation Linebacker.
Nope,
No?
that is one. That was Cambodia.
Okay.
Because that's what I thought it was when I saw the question.
Okay.
The motorcycle ride now on Memorial Day is named after it. Operation Rolling Thunder.
Rolling
Really?
Thunder. Okay.
Okay.
Number 5, which of the following herbicides defoliants was used by the U.S. military during the Vietnam War? Agent Blue, Agent Green, Agent Orange, or all of the above?
You usually take all of the above
It's
on a
Agent
question like that, but it's orange as I know.
It's all of the above.
All of the above?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, see, my grandmother swore to her grave that my dad died from Agent Orange.
And that's very possible because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, but he didn't die during the Vietnam War.
Right.
He served, but she swore to the day she died that he passed away because of that.
What was it that they dropped?
They sprayed it.
Yeah, they sprayed.
Well, they
it.
sprayed
Get rid of
Agent
the
Orange,
jungle
but
for
wasn't there
cover.
something that was dropped from
Napalm.
napalm? Yeah, napalm, which would incinerate.
Incinerates everything.
It's a diabolical weapon.
You got to have those.
It's outlawed now, isn't it, by the Geneva Convention?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think
anyway.
it was pre non-incinerable pants. I'm sure.
That's right.
Go ahead.
All right, number 6. What major attack by the North Vietnamese launched on January 30th, 1968 was planned to coincide with the Lunar New Year Festival?
That is the Tet Offensive.
That is correct.
Okay.
What South Vietnamese leader was assassinated by his own generals in 63?
No idea.
Diem.
Oh.
Okay.
He's the one that was dealing with Henry Kissinger and Nixon.
Okay. Number 8. What is the name of the now infamous massacre of hundreds of Vietnamese civilians by U.S. soldiers, which took place on March 16, 1968?
That was the My Lai massacre.
Correct. I think there's more to that story than was ever told.
Yeah.
How many Americans are listed as killed or missing in action during the Vietnam War? And I don't call me on this or whatever. This is
Right.
what this article said.
58,000.
That's exactly.
Change, right?
That's exactly what I was going to put.
That is
I put
exactly right.
58,000 is what I wrote down.
58,226.
Okay.
Why isn't it amazing that that's stuck in our brains?
Well, it stuck because we went to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I did too.
when I was younger with my father, and I could see my father when we went to see the wall.
Right.
He would go around.
And he knew the people.
He'd look at names. He'd look up names.
That had to be
then he'd
quite-
go
that had to
somewhere
be
else,
quite an
Then he'd
experience.
go somewhere else. Then he went off by himself for about a half
Yeah,
hour.
very emotional to be
Yeah.
able to see those.
Yeah.
We went to that and where I was captivated by the whole thing.
Okay, number 10. How many Vietnamese were killed or listed as missing in action
I think
during the
it's
Vietnam War?
over 3 million, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
In that neighborhood?
Yeah, and that's an estimate.
Okay.
That's amazing. That is incredible.
There was a gentleman that I lived in Jeff, and This gentleman, he just went on our last honor flight. Danny Voris just passed away a couple of months ago. And I would go up there late at night and shoot baskets. He'd just come up there and sit on the bench and chat a little bit.
Tell
He came
stories.
back from Vietnam, and he'd just sit and stare. And it always affected me that, he was a different person when he came back from Vietnam. Totally different.
Vietnam, the formal cease, let's get out of there, occurred on the month of my 18th birthday. So don't think that I wasn't incredibly
Yeah, I was
happy.
my number was number like 18.
Oh,
when they
you would've
abolished the
gone.
draft.
You
I
would've
took
gone.
I took the physical and everything.
Wow. Well, that's a downer. But, boy, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again for doing the research on that. And always, we have a good time when you're here. We really appreciate you being here, and we're looking forward to seeing you again next week.
Have council next week.
Yes, we do. We can talk about that. That's Ken Odie. We'll talk to you later.
Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
All the important news here first. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 FM.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, downtown Wayne City. No one beats their prices on Serta iComfort mattresses. See weekly pictures and prices on Facebook.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 6 Democrats qualify for tonight's presidential debate, including familiar faces Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren.
Tonight's Democratic debate in Las Vegas will bring a new addition to the stage. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg